Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly developer diary. So for this week, as you know, I've been doing a lot of work on my portfolio to try and get a job offer that I saw. So I've applied for the job, I've submitted my portfolio, and I'll show you the work I've done. So first of all, as you can see here, I've got this shooting star particle effect, which I think works quite well. If I go in the scene, you might be able to see it a bit better. I can see all these just shooting stars in the background that'll just appear and disappear. So I think that works quite well, although they do seem to sort of go off, and this might just be the scene view of it, but in game they look alright. Just it's it's a little glitchy though, I've noticed with that. As you can see there, they just sort of disappear and reappear sometimes. But then sometimes like that, it looks completely fine. So I'm not completely sure what's up with that, but I think when it does work, it looks alright. So other than that particle system, I've made a lot of like little changes. Like I've added some better physics to the player. So if I just crash straight into this planet here, as you can see I bounce off it. So now instead of just sticking to planets, you sort of bounce off them a bit. It just makes it so if you go into a planet at full speed, there's a chance that you might accidentally bounce off it if you're going too fast. Like if I try and bounce off this, as you can see, you can bounce somewhat high. And another little change I made is I made the trail look a bit more natural, so it sort of like thins out at the end. But yeah, the big thing I ended up doing on this project now is just creating a level basically. And I also made a little goal, as you can see here, which is just what the it's the same code as the old goal, but obviously I've animated it and created a new sprite. I think it works quite well. I like the little spin effect on it. But yeah, most of the time there was just spent on building the quite the big level. As you can see, I think these star particles and the like asteroid particles in the background work quite well. It just makes it's just a bit more visual flair. But yeah, so yeah, basically I just made a single big level. Oh, and other than that, I made the main menu and the end screen look a bit better. So when you first load up the game, it'll look like this. Just I used the word art I made quite a while ago. It's simple plain quit. Then that'll put you in the level. And then once you reach the level, when you touch the goal, it'll transition to this scene. It's just a little thanks for playing. So that's all the work I got done on Orbit. But I also did a decent bit of work on the Soulbound game concept. Although this one is still quite rough around the edges. First of all, I made the level a bit more, just so there's like a bit more room to work with, and placed a few more enemies down. But the big thing I ended up doing was just making a lot of changes and improvements to the possession. So as you can see now, it shows like how to unpossess when you hover over him. Obviously, that's still a testing thing, but there was a few errors I had with it, which it still has a couple bugs. But one bug was that when you'd kill the enemy, what used to happen is it would also like kill the ghost. Whereas now, if the enemy's killed, the ghost is just popped out. So then the ghost can just go possess another enemy. And you see this little animation glitch there where, depending on which way the ghost and the enemy are facing, it'll do the animation the wrong way. I think that's because when I originally did these animations, I didn't use the animators. As you can see, I like animated it in code, so I'd probably have to go back and fix the animators. As you can see, I also implemented the attack animation, but albeit very buggy. But yeah, other than that, I messed around with some values, And I think the way I've got the possession mechanic now works okay as a concept, because what I can think I can do now is in the code I basically have a boolean that's like if it's possessed or not is how it works. So pressing left or right now will move the ghost, but then if the dragon head is possessed, then it'll enable its controls. So what I could actually do with this is make it so, for example, if the ghost player pressed, for example, shift, then the dragon could shoot a fireball projectile. So I think that's something I could try and do that would be cool. But obviously I just sort of kind of ran out of time because I was very busy. But yeah, that's the main thing I ended up doing, just fixing a lot of... There was quite a few bugs with the possession, which I've kind of ironed out for the most part. It's mainly just like visual bugs now. So just like some animations not being hooked up properly, which I'm probably just going to re-hook up the animations using an actual animator. But yeah, I think that about sums up everything. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next week. Alright, peace.